Desean. Yo, everybody doing? King Dingbat here, and let me first start off by saying I absolutely I hate doing these kind of videos. I hate it. I hate it because it's so distracting from sports, from the things that bring all of us together. It just takes away from all of that. These are very polarizing topics. These are very offensive topics to a lot of people, and it seems like no matter what opinion you give, you're going to offend somebody, you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, you're going to bother somebody. So there's no way that you can win. So I really hate doing these kind of things. Okay, now let's start off by talking about what happened. Most of you guys know by now Desean Jackson posted to his Instagram some very anti-Semitic remarks. In these remarks, he quoted Adolf Hitler. Some people say it might not have actually been a Hitler quote. It might have been, I don't know. But they were very anti-Semitic, and they were very offensive to Jewish people, and they should have been, and they should be. Okay, they were very offensive. No question about it. It's offensive, and it was wrong, and whatever Desean was trying to get across in that Instagram post, it didn't work. He didn't. People took it a different way, and eventually Desean came out. He apologized for it. I felt that he was sincere in his apology. The Eagles came out and said that they are dealing with Desean Jackson internally. What does that mean? I don't know. Some people think they should cut him. Some people think they will cut him. If they do cut him, I think it's over $12 million in a dead money hit. If they can get out of his contract by saying he violated the terms of his contract with that post, they may be able to get out of it. And they could cut him. It's possible. Now, I personally don't think they're going to cut him. Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie, I think that they're going to deal with it internally. From a football perspective, from a football team perspective, I don't think they can afford to cut him. Not from the player he is on the field. Now, if you want to say this goes above and beyond football, okay, fine. I hear you. However, I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, me personally, on in my own opinion, I base things on this. And if you've watched my videos over the years, you'll know I try to be pretty consistent with two things. One, when somebody gets arrested, somebody goes to jail, somebody is accused of a crime, I always say they're innocent until proven guilty. I said this about Zeke Elliott when he was going through his mess. I said this about DeAndre Baker when he goes through his mess. I always try to say you got to let somebody have their day in court before you make a judgment, okay? Secondly, when it comes to these issues where somebody says something offensive, racist, where they say something off-putting, where they say things like that, and then they later come out and apologize, I always give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll always forgive anybody or always accept an apology if I feel that it's heartfelt, if I feel that they mean it. I'll always give somebody the benefit of the doubt when they say they're sorry for something. And I don't care who it is. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what religion they are. I believe you got to give people second chances. I just do. Okay? Do you remember the Riley Cooper situation? I hated Riley Cooper. Hated him. Wanted him cut. But it was so much more than just because of what he said. He just stunk. You know what I mean? But he said he was sorry. He had a right to apologize. And he did. The Eagles chose to keep him. And if they would choose to keep Riley Cooper, then I don't see why they can't accept Desean Jackson's apology and keep him and give him another chance too. But I always try to accept people's apology. I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt because none of us are perfect. None of us are good enough. And I think people always deserve a second chance. So I try to be consistent on that. And in the spirit of that, I think Desean Jackson's apology should be good enough. I think that the Eagles should give him another chance. And I think that we'll have to see. But I personally think he said he was sorry, and we should move on. Now, I'm not Jewish, so I understand how they can be offended. I understand how offensive it could be, but yeah, Howie Roseman, I think he's Jewish. Jeffrey Lord, I think he's Jewish. So if they feel that his apology is good enough and that they can keep him, I'm all for it. And I don't say that just because he's an Eagle. I don't care what player and what team he would be. People are going to say stupid things. I'm very against cancel culture. Now, a lot of these cancel culture people, they like to go back into people's history, look at things they said, and then try to ruin their life because of it. I'm against it. This is a little different in that Desean Jackson just posted this. However, I don't think he meant what he said. He said he was sorry. And I got to go on the basis of I got to forgive him because he apologized. This thing's sliding. But, I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know what the Eagles are going to do. I don't make the decisions for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I will always basically give somebody the benefit of the doubt. If they say they're sorry, I'm going to forgive them until they prove otherwise. And Desean Jackson, he said he was sorry, so I think he should be forgiven, and we should move on. And I hope we get to a point where we could come out of this cancel culture, where we could come out of all this PC stuff to the utmost. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to do with Desean Jackson because of what he said. This thing keeps sliding. What the hell's wrong with this camera? But, that doesn't necessarily have to do with Desean said because what he said was fresh, it was new, and it was offensive. But if I had to make a decision, I would accept the apology, talk to him, move on, because I think talking to people and working it out that way is much better than canceling them for the rest of their life or for their career. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Don't be a dingbat, and hopefully we can move on from these kind of topics and get back to football.